Apple's latest M5 MacBook Pro, a subtle evolution or a missed opportunity? 9 to 5 Mac. Imagine you're eyeing the newest MacBook Pro, excited by the buzz of Apple's latest unveilings. The company just dropped a trio of M5-powered devices, including the shiny new M5 MacBook Pro. But hold on to your wallets. How much has really shifted from last year's M4 model? Spoiler, not as dramatically as you might hope. This article dives into the key contrasts, helping you decide if this upgrade is worth your hard-earned cash. And here's where it gets intriguing. While some hail it as a powerhouse for pros, others question if it's just Apple's way of milking loyal fans. Let's break it down with 4 main shifts between the M5 and M4 MacBook Pros, sprinkled with extra insights to make these tech details crystal clear for everyone, even beginners. The M5 chip takes center stage when pitting the M5 MacBook Pro against its M4 predecessor. The standout change is undeniably the processor itself. Think of the chip as the brain of the laptop. It's what handles all the heavy lifting under the hood. At first glance, the specs look eerily familiar. The M5 boasts a 10-core CPU. That's the central processing unit for general tasks. A 10-core GPU, graphics processing unit for visuals and games. And a 16-core neural engine, specialized for AI and machine learning. It's identical to the M4 in those counts, but don't be fooled. There are meaningful under-the-hood tweaks. For starters, the CPU sees a modest boost over the M4. Apple claims it delivers up to 20% faster multi-threaded performance compared to the M4, which is great for demanding jobs like compiling code in software development or juggling multiple apps at once. Picture this: if you're a creative professional editing videos while running design software, this could mean smoother multitasking without those frustrating lags. The real star, though, is the GPU, where Apple's neural accelerators, specialized circuits within each core, unlock massive leaps for AI-heavy tasks. We're talking potential gains like up to 3.5 times better AI performance, letting your laptop crunch through machine learning models or advanced photo editing faster than ever. Up to 1.6 times speedier graphics in professional apps, such as rendering 3D models or color grading footage. Up to 1.6 times higher frame rates in games, meaning more fluid gameplay for casual gamers or even esports enthusiasts. As for the neural engine, it's also enhanced. Though Apple keeps the exact figures under wraps, they simply say AI-related tasks run faster, which could translate to quicker on-device processing for things like photo recognition or voice assistance. For a deeper dive into how the M5 chip stacks up against the M4, check out this detailed comparison. 9to5mac.com/2025 1015 M5 versus M4. What's new with Apple's latest silicon? But here's where it gets controversial. Are these improvements enough to justify shelling out for the M5 if you already own an M4? Some tech enthusiasts argue it's incremental at best, potentially leaving recent buyers feeling shortchanged. What do you think? Is this chip evolution revolutionary or just evolutionary? 2. Boosted memory bandwidth for smoother sailing. Let's zoom in on another area where the M5 shines, and it's one that's often overlooked until you need it. Memory bandwidth. This might sound technical, but think of it as the highway that data travels on inside your laptop. Wider roads mean faster commutes, right? The M5 MacBook Pro ramps this up to 153 gigabytes per second of unified memory bandwidth, a shared path that connects the chip to RAM, random access memory, where your apps store temporary data. The M4 maxed out at just 120 gigabytes per second, so we're looking at nearly a 30% jump here. This is significant because memory bandwidth isn't something that gets overhauled every year. It's a rare treat for performance geeks. What does this translate to in real-world use? Apple explains it accelerates a range of tasks, from quickly opening apps, no more waiting for that sluggish startup, to running large language models, LLMs, those complex AI systems powering chatbots like ChatGPT directly on your device without relying on the cloud. For beginners, imagine editing a massive photo library or training an AI model for a personal project. This bandwidth ensures everything feels snappier and more responsive. It's a subtle but powerful upgrade that could make your workflow feel like upgrading from a bike to a sports car. 3. Speedier SSD storage for seamless tasks. Moving beyond the chip, the M5 MacBook Pro brings another layer of performance enhancement that's all about speed. It's solid-state drive SSD storage. SSDs are like the digital filing cabinets that store your files, apps, and OS, and Apple's latest tech makes them zippier than before. Apple touts the SSD as up to 2x faster than the M4 version, thanks to cutting-edge storage innovations. For instance, importing a batch of raw image files from a professional photo shoot, those high-resolution, unedited pics, or exporting a lengthy 4K video project will now happen in a fraction of the time. If you're a content creator dealing with large media files daily, this could shave hours off your editing sessions. But there's more. Apple has also increased the maximum storage capacity, which we'll cover next. This SSD leap isn't just about raw speed. It's a nod to how modern workflows demand quicker data access, especially in creative fields where time is money. 4. Doubling down on storage with a 4 terabyte option. If you've been lusting after the compact 14-inch MacBook Pro form factor but always bumped up against storage limits, the M5 model has some good news. It introduces a new 4 terabyte storage tier, doubling the M4's previous maximum of 2 terabytes. You still have access to the familiar base options, 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabytes. So this 4 terabyte choice expands your lineup without phasing out existing models. For users who hoard massive libraries of photos, videos, or software projects, this extra space is a game changer. Think storing thousands of high-res images or an entire movie collection without constant cloud reliance. However, and this is the part most people miss, that convenience comes at a steep price. Bumping up to 4 terabytes will set you back an additional $1,200 compared to the 2 terabyte model. That's $600 more than the M4's top tier. Is the extra storage worth the premium? Critics argue it's overpriced, especially when external drives are cheaper alternatives. But for on-the-go professionals prioritizing portability over cost, it might be a worthwhile splurge. This pricing debate often sparks heated opinions. Does Apple deserve to charge a fortune for storage, or is it time for more affordable options? M5 MacBook Pro, tailored for upgraders from the past. All in all, among Apple's new M5 lineup, the MacBook Pro represents the most restrained refresh. The M5 iPad Pro, for example, packs in a bunch more surprises. https 9to5mac.com 2025-10-15 M5 iPad Pro vs M4 iPad Pro. Here's everything new compared to its M4 sibling, and even the new Vision Pro has bolder leaps. https 9to5mac.com 2025-10-16 Here's everything new with Apple Vision Pro M5 over its M2 roots. This clarity suggests Apple isn't targeting this update at folks who snagged an N4 just last year. Instead, it's ideal for those still rocking older Intel Macs, M1, M2, or perhaps M3 models, people ready for a meaningful jump without breaking the bank on bleeding-edge tech. If you're an M4 owner, you might want to hold off. The changes feel more like polish than a full overhaul. As a counterpoint, some might argue that even small upgrades compound over time, making the M5 a savvy long-term investment. But is Apple playing it safe with minimal changes to avoid alienating recent buyers, or is this a strategic tease for future bigger releases? We'd love to hear your take. Are you considering an M5 MacBook Pro? And if so, what device are you upgrading from? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do the improvements justify the hype, or is this just incremental fluff? Best MacBook Pro accessories. To complement your new or existing MacBook Pro, here are some top recommendations. 100W USB-C power adapter for rapid recharging. https:/amazon.to/3WPO0. TomTalk protective sleeve bag for your MacBook. https://3wfpo0. 12 South aluminum stand to elevate your MacBook setup. https://amazon.to/HDMI, SD slots, and more. https://amazon.to/48EMQ. FTC, we auto-affiliate links for income. Learn more. https://9to5mac.com.